Since its establishment 100 years ago, the University of Fort Hare at Alice in the Eastern Cape has seen the emergence and development of great leaders at the institution. Now, one of its giants is Z.K. Matthews. Apart from making his mark academically, he was also a stalwart in the struggle against apartheid.
The legacy of Z.K. Matthews is entrenched at Fort Hare, but it is also still physically part of its history. His former house and national heritage site will be refurbished to its former glory. It is to stand as a mark of honor for the man, a gesture his family appreciates.
The children of Z.K. Matthews, we are humbled at the recognition that the university has granted to him and through him to our family, but it is really his work and his contribution that we must always remember and celebrate. And of course, as South Africans, we all know that as we stand today in freedom, we stand on the shoulders of giants and benefit from the massive contribution and sacrifices that they made.
The house will not only serve as a historical marker, there are also plans to turn it into an educational institute.
I also want to turn this into a Nkonkobe, leadership center that will focus on the youth, to teach, the youth about responsible leadership and also about the values that were embraced by people like Z.K. Matthews.
The highlight of the centenary celebrations is the memorial lecture delivered by IFP leader and Fort Hare alumni, Mangosuthu Buthelezi. Busiswe Jamsana, SABC News, Alice.
Some of the university alumni had glowing words for the 100-year-old university.
We are gathered here today as part of the historic celebration of the centenary of this university, the University of Fort Hare. It is itself taking place a year ahead of yet another historic milestone, another development in the form of the sinking of Umendi. Next year, 2017, shall be 100 years since that fateful event. Thus, we cannot talk about Fort Hare without going through those snippets of our history where we lost many of our fellow compatriots in a war that not only claimed casualties among those conscripted to give it legitimacy, but went on to leave a devastating trail in the broken hearts of many families in many parts of our land, especially around the Eastern Cape.
May your star shine ever so bright. We are so much indebted to the generations of students, academics, support staff and workers who have ensured that Fort Hare continues to provide a special educational experience for the young people of our country and beyond.
Fellow South Africans, standing here today, I feel the weight of 100 years of history. Here in these halls and classrooms, great men and women were molded and prepared before they burst forth to claim their destiny. Here, they wrestled with the questions of life, with the ideas of man, and the principles of faith. Here, they laid claim to knowledge, equipping themselves bit by bit for the battle that lay ahead. That battle was a battle against circumstances and ideologies. But more than that, it was a battle for freedom. I'm humbled, fellow South Africans, to have walked among some of the greatest minds to emerge from the university. During my time at Fort Hare, I was influenced most profoundly by one man, and one man only, the professor we affectionately called Z.K. I'm therefore honored today to deliver the memorial lecture on Professor Zachariah Leng Matthews as we celebrate the centenary anniversary of my alma mater, the University of Fort Hare. I must thank the Vice Chancellor, Dr. Mvuyo Tom, for affording me this great privilege. To every student who attends Fort Hare, ZK is a household name. He was the first student, as we have heard, to have graduated from the university. But to people of my generation, his name brings to mind so much more: educationist, orator, political giant, intellectual, husband, and man of faith. There are many aspects to the man.